Hello, and thanks for tuning into this week's episode of the Pierrified vlog, where I like to discuss the joys and challenges of living with a disability. Now, the last couple of weeks I haven't been posting, and I'm becoming such a perfectionist when it comes to this that I waste a lot of time recording several takes, and I never get to post what I want to post. So, what I'm going to start to do is fly a little bit more off the cuff and kind of wing it instead of taking a whole bunch of takes to get this done. And that way I can get more stuff out. Now, this week's episode, what I want to do is talk about something really personal, and that is bowel movements, or dropping a deuce, taking a poop, taking a dump, however you want to call it. That's what I'm going to talk about today. Now, the best way to explain this is to think of it as if you're thirsty, for example, and you can only drink from one fountain. So basically, what you need to do is time it right where you drink when you're near that fountain in order to last you for the whole day. So essentially, that's what I have to do. I'm set up where bowel movements can only be done at home, or if I'm on vacation, at home base, basically. So what I try to do is time it right where I can have my bowel movement, usually in the mornings, and then go on with my day. Now, quite often, what happens is nature comes calling, and my stomach starts a rumbling, and I have to get home and do my business, so to say. A funny story. Once I was in the middle of an exam. I think this was like second year university, and I'm writing this exam, and suddenly my stomach starts rumbling. So I called the teacher over, and I didn't want to tell him straight up, cause a disruption, or have the people in class, be like, what the heck's happening? And poop stories are always funny. So I'm assuming that someone's gonna laugh. So what I ended up doing is writing on the piece of paper or the exam itself in ink. I'm not sure if the prof kept it, but what I wrote was that I had to go to the bathroom and I'm not able to do it on campus, and the only place that I could do it is at home. So I asked them to either let me go and come back, but that would probably would have taken a few hours, or basically just defer the weight of the exam, which was a midterm, defer the weight of that exam onto the final. So he let me defer the weight onto the final, and then basically I booked it. But back then is when I took the conventional bus, and it took me about 45 minutes to get home. So you could imagine I was sweating a little bit on my way home to take care of business. That's as vulgar I'll get, I promise. But that's the challenge, right? So if you're not able to time it and nature comes calling, you got to figure out a way to get back to home base as quickly as possible to take care of business. Now, if you're in a similar situation, that can be used as a great excuse. Like what happened with me in that exam is I would have done poorly on that exam. So in the end, what happened was I got the weight deferred to the final, and thankfully, I did a lot better on the final that I would have done on the midterm. So I guess it was a blessing in disguise. So if you really need to use it as an excuse, if you have a disability, then go for it. I'm totally kidding. I never used it as an excuse, but now that I think of it, I probably could have done a lot better in school if I used it more as an excuse. Anyways, thank you for listening. Have a great day.